we're like, hey, countries, do whatever you want. You want to recognize it? That's fine. But so far, we want to put America first and not have being dictated to support the continuation of this war.
Welcome to the Think Tank. We use critical thinking, deductive reasoning, pinch of common sense to draw unbiased logical conclusions. Today, we're here to talk about the fact that many countries in the world are recognizing Palestine as a state. Now, this episode, as all episodes, are not reflect our thoughts are not reflective of the channel. The channel is actually educational purposes, educational. And, oh my gosh, I'm off tonight.
Entertainment.
Entertainment purposes only. Thank you. Disclaimer is down in the description box. And here's my co-host who just bailed me out, Dion.
I'm 78th Assembly District Leader Dion Powell in the Bronx Conservative Party, center-right, moderate, pragmatist, centrist, consultant, community leader, organizer, all those wonderful things. But I have an affinity for Uncle Trump because he is making this country great again. Back to you, Leo.
And you can have your own thoughts on everything. All we do is we ask you to listen to the facts, all of the facts from both sides. And we definitely, there's a difference between facts and truth. We have our facts, you come up with your facts, and somewhere in there the truth will be there. But we do not agree on many subjects. But this is a channel where you can come to your own conclusions by hearing both sides, because you're going to get both sides. And that way you don't have to listen to all propaganda from one end trying to convince you of some nonsense, or the other end for that matter. As Dion likes to say, we are the news. So here we go. Today we're going to talk about the global recognition of Palestine. What does that mean? Why would Palestine need to be globally recognized? Little quick history on the Palestinians. So Palestine refers to a section of the Middle East or East Africa, somewhere in there. It's all the same area. They call it West Africa, it's all the same area. And the Palestinians once controlled the entire region up until like the 1940s, where the state of Israel came into being somehow. We're not going to talk about America laying waste to enforce that and make that happen, because, that's too big of a conversation. But now that Israel is recognized, as of recent, they became the only place recognized in the region. The Palestinians weren't recognized in their own land. These people that they kindly referred to as invaders, who did not belong there because they were not there before the 1940s. They were there less than 100 years. And suddenly the Palestinians didn't have say in their own land. Now have been recognized to have say in their land again by many countries in the world, such as France, Canada, and beyond. So the United States is not one of them countries. The United States doesn't recognize Palestine. They recognize Israel. They want to help Israel destroy Gaza. Trump is now talking about basically a 20-day Gaza plan where he's going to bring world leaders in to basically build the hotels he wanted to build on the Gaza Strip. And if the Palestinians don't follow his game plan, he's going to give Israel full reign to completely annihilate the people that are indigenous to the area, so that Israel can take over and he can build his hotels. And most of the world is against that. So they have actually recognized the Palestinian people as a state, as a people, as a country, as a government in their land. What is your take on that, Dion?
Well, the United Nations in New York City, all these countries are trying to show some sort of solidarity behind a situation that we have to be very careful to talk about here on this platform called YouTube. Because even TikTok just got bought out by a pro country, as it were. So we're going to have to once again dance around, step on eggshells here in the blackness of cyberspace about what's going on over there in the Middle East. I believe that this is a international way of solidarity for one. Number two, protest as to what's going on over there. Meanwhile, if you're a Christian like me, because it's supposed to be a Jewish state versus the Palestinians, which are Muslim, and a Catholic church got blown up. In Nigeria, Christians are getting the G word targeted at a cultural demographic being extermination relocated, so that way the Muslim religion can take over that country. So these are certain things you have to look into. But yes, that means these countries, some of which are blocking shipping lanes, trying to put certain tariffs, embargoes against that nation over there. And it's getting very interesting. And but again, you can see the media and platforms like this are trying to be compromised to put positive spins on this scenario.
So here's the problem. I am not. I'll tap dance around talking about the subject, but I'm not going to put a positive spin on something I completely disagree with. I can't do that. That's not who I am. It's cost me before. It'll cost me again, possibly, but I am not a sellout. I got my phone in the screen. Sorry about that, everyone. I am not a sellout. And that's selling out. If you're willing to compromise who you are, what you believe, for money, for fame, for you're a sellout. I don't sell. I'll fight for what I believe in. And the rest of the world seems to feel that the war crimes being committed by Benjamin Netanyahu and supported by the President of the United States, no matter who's president, is something that they can no longer stand. They're banding together to lay their support behind the Palestinian people so they don't get generals taken out, have an entire race of people unalived so that hotels can be built. Because that's what the 20-day plan looks like. Canada, our closest neighbor, our number one trading partner, the one that pays the least tariffs in the world, supports Palestine in their Palestine state. The G20, Argentina, Australia, Brazil, Canada, China, France. So people on both America's side and Russia's side, because you got China, you got India, you got Mexico and Canada and Russia and Saudi Arabia and South Africa and Turkey and the UK, plus permanent invitee Spain. There are a substantial amount of people that support the Palestinian state. And Dion, so what do you feel about the fact that there's so many people supporting the state? Do you feel they're correct, they're incorrect, that they're going to pay? Or do you feel that maybe MAGA got this one wrong?
Well, again, I've said on previous episodes, there's differences within MAGA, the shift of America First between the pro-Israel folks. So for the America First, we're like, hey, countries, do whatever you want. You want to recognize it? That's fine. But so far, we want to put America first and not have being dictated to support the continuation of this war. So I'm one of those people that's America first. And that's how I feel about that. We shouldn't be very much involved with the international conflicts. You said on a previous episode we recorded that people have brought back their drafts and enlistments in their countries to build their own military because they know they can't trust or rely on the United States anymore. So that's a good thing in our mind.
I don't think isolationism is a good idea. That's a MAGA thing. America first, I can agree with. Like, you take your home first. Listen, I can't help you get out the street if I'm homeless. I got to get my own crib, then I can help you build. I can't help you get a job if I'm looking for a job. I can't help you if I can't help me. America first. Makes sense. Then we help everybody else. But I don't believe in not helping everybody else. I don't believe in isolationism. And I don't think MAGA is right about that part. So I agree to a degree, and that degree ends with after America's straight, which we need to get straight, we need to get our ducks in a row. We are flip flopping. We are not looking good. But after America's straight, we can, and always have, and should continue to look out for our neighbors, our friends, and the rest of the world, whoever else we can help. That's if you're a Christian, which I'm not even Christian, but if you're a Christian, that's the Christ-like thing to do. To say otherwise is to say I'm Christian, but I don't follow Christianity. Personal opinion. But many countries in the world, and many of the powerful countries, China, India, Mexico, Saudi Arabia, South America, Turkey, UK, Australia, Brazil, Canada, all support a Palestinian state. You should be able to have sovereignty in your own land. That to me seems like common sense. So, me as somebody who is not MAGA agrees with the core feeling of the MAGA party in America first. Let's step out of that conflict and let that resolve the way it's supposed to resolve. Because if America wasn't involved, it would be over already. I don't know about if Israel wanted to buy weapons. That's fine. Why is American troops over there fighting under a president going for the Nobel Peace Prize? Bring the troops back, and whatever happens, happens. You don't get your Gaza Strip to build your mall on. But I happen to agree with Dion. I agree with the MAGA people on this. America first. We should not be over there doing this. So, as a think tank, we've come to something that we can come together on and agree. And respect the Palestinian state, respect their people, respect the fact that they have their own government. Why should we not respect their government? That sounds crazy. Dion, I don't think there's much left to talk about on this episode. You got anything?
That's pretty much it because I'm very fearful of what the algorithm will do once this is uploaded. So zip it. And that also should show you how fearful we are and concerned we should be about a foreign power, no matter what country or ally, influences and controls our media or our free speech for that matter. Ah.
Well, by the way, if you're enjoying the content, like, share, subscribe, show your support. And I do think that, you know, maybe I've overstepped the lines, but I didn't go too far over. I did not go as far as to say anything negative about some country. What I did say was I respect the sovereignty of one people. I did not call for the downfall of anybody. So there's no reason for me to have to worry. I'm probably going to edit this part out. I just wanted to say that. Anyway, I'm 100% going to edit this part out. Anyway, back to what I was saying. So, please, if you like the content, like, share, subscribe. We're live every Sunday, 9 p.m. Leave a comment. Tell us what you think about the conflict. Should the Palestine state be supported by the U.S.? Do you think we should support them having their own? Let us know what you think. Become part of the critical thinking community. Dion, I think that's it for tonight. We recorded a couple of episodes. We're going to get them out to you. Thank you for your support. Please continue to support us because this way you get the real news and you get all of it instead of one side because the left be talking crazy, the right be talking nonsense. But if you put it together, somewhere there's nuggets of truth. And we try to bring it all together and flush that truth out. This is Leo and Dion signing out.
We are news.